Hey nerds, Bevan here. Welcome back to my channel. It is January 2nd, and since I spent my last video talking about all the Funko Pops I wanted to buy this year, I thought I would talk about the other collectibles I wanted to buy this year too. I have a bunch of stuff already on pre-order, so I'm going to discuss that. I'm going to try to remember all the other stuff that's been announced that I haven't pre-ordered that I still want to buy. So I don't know how long this video is going to be, but you could be in for a wild bumpy ride here, folks. Before we get started though, go to the comments, let me know what you are going to be buying here in 2022, just in case I forget some stuff, because there's a lot of toys that come out and I can't always keep track of it all. So if you guys could, just fill up my want list in the comments below, that'd be pretty cool. So let's start with Neca. So as I mentioned in my Funko Pop want list video, sometimes Canada is pretty slow in getting collectibles, especially with Neca for some reason. We are almost a year behind. There's stuff that I have on pre-order that no idea when it's going to arrive, that released in the States 9-10 months ago. So we will start with Ninja Turtles, which is one of my favorite toy lines to collect. You can see them there behind me. And the one figure I have on pre-order is Super Shredder Shadow Edition. Secret of the Ooze is one of my favorite childhood movies. I love the Ninja Turtles so much, especially these 90s movies version. I don't have a huge affinity for the cartoon anymore, but these movies I still watch probably every year. And as of right now, I don't have a Shredder, and I really wanted a Super Shredder because Secret of the Ooze is my favorite of the Turtles movies. And the store sold out of the original one, so I pre-ordered the Shadow one, which I actually like more, even though it's not really that screen accurate. I do prefer the darker tones of that figure compared to the original bright purple. Sticking with TMNT, of course, though, I've also pre-ordered the April O'Neil and Casey Jones Ultimates, not the 2-pack with gray sweatpants season Casey Jones, but the first release of the maskless Casey and the release of the April O'Neil, but with no autograph, no yellow trench coat. And then once I get those three figures, I'm kind of done with the TMNT movie line. The only thing I would be missing would be a regular Shredder and some foot soldiers, which I don't think I really need the foot soldiers if I have Super Shredder and I have the Toka and Razor 2-packs, so I'm pretty good for bad guys. And then I'll have the 4 Turtles, Splinter, Casey, April. I think I'd be pretty good after that. The only thing I would really need is a Kino figure from Secret of the Ooze, because I always wanted to be that dude. He was so cool when I was a kid. Staying with Ninja Turtles, kind of, NECA's also doing the Ninja Turtle X Universal Monsters crossover toy line. And the only one I have pre-ordered so far, because it's the only one that I've been able to pre-order so far, is Raphael as Frankenstein. But they have also shown off Leonardo as Igor, and they've teased Michelangelo as the Mummy. Those two I'll be for sure getting. I will also get whatever monster Donatello comes out as. Hopefully Dracula would be my hope. And then April O'Neil is also coming out as the Bride of Frankenstein, which I may or may not get. I'd be pretty cool just having 4 turtles as monsters. I don't need an April O'Neil, but I guess it would depend on what the figure looks like. And I might as well just jump right into the other end of that. Sorry, I have long hair now, and I don't know what to do with it. It's just been growing out for a couple months, and I have no idea how to handle long hair, which is why I keep wearing a hat in all my videos. But jumping to the other end of the crossover, NECA loves the Universal Monsters. I am going to be collecting the colored versions of each one because it doesn't seem that they're putting out a black and white for each monster. So I have Frankenstein, the Mummy, and the Wolfman on pre-order. And then eventually they'll put up a Dracula. And what else would I be missing from that? I'd be pretty good with those 4. Bride of Frankenstein, I think, would actually be really good. Creature from the Black Lagoon. The Invisible Man, I would be very interested and intrigued by what they do with it. But there's been no mention of any of those ones other than Dracula. So I have the 3 on pre-order, and I'll get the Dracula. But like, who knows when I'll get them? I really have no clue. I've had them on order for months now. The guy that I'm dealing with, Mike from ecollectibles.ca, has no idea. Canada's just not getting NECA, and I don't really know why, but I'm just hoping that all of these figures that I have in pre-order don't hit at the same time, because I'll have to pay for them all at the same time. But that's it with NECA. Done with them. There's too much NECA already on this list. So let's go over to Hasbro, talk about Marvel Legends. You can kind of see them right over my head here. These are 2 carded Spider-Man the Animated Series figures. I have Webman, which is just like Spider-Man, but like the shiny Pokemon version of it, where his colors are just like really bright and stuff like that. I have Spider-Man 2099 as well, but coming out here in the next month or 2, I believe, is wave 2 of this series, and they have 3 Spider-Mans in it, and I'm only collecting Spider-Man variants in this line. What are they getting? Armored Spider-Man, Symbiote Suit Spider-Man, or Black Suit Spider-Man, whichever one, and Ben Reilly as Spider-Man, which is not one I'll be getting, so we'll tuck that back in. So Armored Spider-Man and Black Suit Spider-Man I will get. They will go right here, and they'll probably complete that collection unless I decided to rearrange and get more depending on what they release. WWE, I don't really know if I'm collecting it anymore. I don't watch the product. I kind of follow it to like know what's going on, but even just like watching clips on YouTube, I have a hard time like getting invested and like wanting to follow and wanting to care. So I don't think there's anything. I don't have any pre-orders for sure, but I don't think there's anything that I want to pick up either that's been announced. Every time they show a new Bret Hart figure, the head scan gets worse and worse, and I don't really understand what they're doing. So yeah, nothing from WWE right now. For DC McFarlane, nothing pre-ordered. However, there are a couple of really cool Batmans coming out. There is the 3 Jokers Batman, which looks amazing. There's the Dark Knight Returns, which looks really good as well. I don't care about that storyline, but that figure looks fantastic. I actually do have down there a Dark Knight Returns 3, like the Master Race or whatever it was, mini statue, and it's awesome. But to keep my McFarlane Batman collection going, those 2 figures, and the recently announced Winter Frontier, which is just like a really different look of Batman, because he's like wearing a parka and ski mask and stuff like that. It looks pretty sweet. And then I'm just looking at my list here for actual stuff I have on pre-order, because I try to put dates down so I know when money might have to be spent. I do have 2 Kotobukiya statues coming out that will go in this glass case behind me. First one is the Artifacts plus Carnage, and the Bishijo, I don't know how to say that word, Bishijo X-23 Wolverine. If you've been watching the channel for several years, you'll know that I love Kotobukiya. It seems though that they're really winding down the Marvel and DC licenses. Every year seems to be less and less product, and for 2022, I think Marvel has like 4 statues announced and DC has 1. So it really seems like they're winding down or losing those licenses, which is really sad, but it kind of is what it is. So I have these 2 on pre-order. They both hit kind of around my birthday. One is an X-23 scheduled for February, Carnage for March. So if you want to send me some money for my birthday so I can pay for those, that'd be awesome. And then I also have scheduled for the fall of 2022. I don't know how accurate that's going to be because I've never dealt with Super 7 pre-order before, but the first wave of Mighty Morphin Power Rangers, not the whole wave. I don't even know who it is now. I think it's Tommy the Green Ranger, the Yellow Ranger, and the Tyrannosaur, I think, were the ones from wave 1 that I ordered. What I'm doing with this line is I'm getting the team of Mighty Morphin Power Rangers, and the Zords that they put out. So it seems like each wave will have 2 Rangers and a Zord. Because I think for wave 2, they announced the Red Ranger, the Pink Ranger, and the Dragon Zord. Which, in my head, leaves for wave 3, the Blue and the Black Ranger, and the Mega Zord. But nothing's been announced for wave 3 yet, but that's logically what I expect to be announced eventually. I do also have those wave 2 ones on pre-order, but they may be a 2023 release. I don't know. I hope so, because 2022 is looking really expensive based on everything I just talked about for the last 13 minutes. But to help me save some money, I've dropped all my comic book series, so I'll just be buying a random graphic novel here and there, reading stuff online. So I'll still get my comic fix, but I won't be buying my weekly, monthly comics anymore. So that will help a lot when it comes to action figures. Not to mention that I will hopefully be making a lot more money this year. So we'll go from there. But that's it for today, folks. If you like this video, hit that like button, and if you really liked it, hit that subscribe button down there. You can follow me on Instagram and Twitter at BevanBoychuk. Hopefully I can figure out this hair situation that I got going on. There we go. But until next time, folks. I'll see you next time, folks.